Viewers, hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Come on in, viewers. It's Monday, it's 6 p.m. It's our Monday Live. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Green Table Live Talk Show.
Welcome, welcome. The green table is on the road again today, but we're still here.
Yes, yes. So hopefully, let us go ahead and get everything on and popping. So, but before we do, let us do a mic check. Mic check 1, 2, 3. We are not in studio, and so please let us know if you can hear us and see us okay. So we can make sure because we have some great information. We have not a part. Would you call it a part two?
No, this is not part two.
But it's still a.
We're still supporting family caregivers. We're still on that this week, talking about how we're going to be talking about resources to support family caregivers on tonight.
Yeah. So you don't want to miss it. You all, please chime in. Let us know where you're viewing us from. We would love to know because we have viewers all over the world. So please let us know. Chime in and let us know. Say hello to us. While we got people coming in, let me again welcome you to the Green Table Live Talk Show. I'm Jessica Wright.
And I'm Ishonda Blue.
And we're your co-hosts of the talk show, and we are your senior care experts. And so listen, again, we thank you all for tuning in every Monday with us at 6 p.m. But let me tell you, because we always have new viewers, what's the purpose of the Green Table Talk Show? We are here. We want to share information. We want to give you the do's, the don'ts, the ins and outs, and how to navigate senior care. We know it is a maze, especially if this is something new to you, how to transition into being a family caregiver. Where do you start? Where do you go? What are the resources? So we want to bring you all the things here at the live Green Table Talk Show. And so that is why we're here. We want to bring value. We want to be a support. We want to be a resource. We want to be a help to you as you navigate helping entering into caregiving, senior care. In that role. So that's just a little bit about the Green Table Talk Show. Ishana, can you tell our viewers a little bit about who we are?
Yes, we are registered nurses. We have been in senior care combined, me and Jessica both over 40 something years. We like to say this is our ministry, this is our calling, this is our purpose, right? This is our purpose to serve seniors. We've been operating our very own senior care business over 17 years now. Including in-home care, adult daycare, personal care homes, and transportation for seniors. So we are your senior care experts. That's who we are on tonight.
All right. So now that you know who we are, let us jump right in. But before we do, if you happen to catch us on replay, please type replay in the chat because we want to know again if you're catching us on replay. So let's dive right in.
Let's dive in. Let's move. So our first, again, our topic on tonight is we're going to be talking about resources to support family caregivers. Jessica, I don't know if you can talk, say your favorite quote by the late Rosalind Carter, First Lady Rosalind Carter, about there are 4 types of people in the world. So
yes, this is our favorite quote. We feel like this touched every single household. First Lady says there's only 4 types of people in the world, and those who have been caregivers, those who will be caregivers, those who will need caregivers, and those who will be caregivers. That's and right. So that touched every single one of us, and so that's why we're here, because we know that this silver tsunami that is coming our way.
That's right.
We got to get equipped as caregivers because it's going to touch every single household.
That's right. And so we have 3 tips for you on tonight, and we're talking about supporting family caregivers. Our first tip tonight, Jessica,
Mhm.
is support groups. Support groups, finding your local support group. Listen, we're your support group right here.
Mm,
You have a virtual support group, but you can also, and that's where we're giving you guys value and giving you knowledge and tips and tools, but you can also find a local support group with other people who are dealing with what you're dealing with. So you get to see and know, number one, you're not alone.
mm.
And sometimes, when you go to support groups, they have really good tips and things that nobody's talked about. And they're usually educational too. They usually have some type of speaker there, somebody who's bringing you some really good information, tools, and tips like we're giving you here as well. So definitely connecting to a local support group.
And also, not only just the special guests, but just being able to talk to other caregivers. That is
Mhm.
so very important. We had on caregivers on last Monday, and they talked about the importance of them not being alone and being able to talk to other individuals that are on this same road and trying to make sure they navigate this season in their lives as being a caregiver and what to do and how to do, and just
Yeah.
knowing that there is support and that the things that they're experiencing, so are other people.
Yes, yes. So tip number one is find a local support group. We do this here every Monday at 6 p.m. Again, if you have questions, if it's something that we haven't talked about, put it in the chat. We do go back
Yes.
and look at comments. If we haven't got to your topic of choice, put it in the comments and we'll bring that information to you. But we are looking to take this a step forward. Hopefully, later in this year, we're going to be looking at putting support groups in place and partnering with other providers to do that. So we know there's a need for that as well, and we're going to try to meet that need.
Yes,
But
most
until
definitely.
then, you can always check in here at 6 p.m. on Monday nights. Um, so that's tip number one: support groups. Tip number two is going to be respite care.
Mm.
Jessica, will you tell us what respite care is? Um, let's just start there.
Yes, so respite care is for family caregivers who are taking care of their loved ones. And it can be in home or out of home respite. And
Mhm.
this is where you get assistance in taking care of your loved ones. So you can have a in home, you can have a caregiver come in, a provider come in and help you in your own home, provide care and services while you go on vacation. You take a break and have that loved one taken care of at home for a weekend, a week, however. Or you can also take them to a facility where they can go into the facility and get out of home respite, get all the care they need while you go and um, you revive, you go ahead and get the rest, you go ahead and get the things you need to get done, go on vacation, do some self-care things on your respite, because we all know that caregiving is a hard job. It is not only a hard job, it's 24/7.
Yes.
I have been a caregiver, we have been a caregiver, and
Mhm.
we know that you have to have support, you have to have relief in order for you all to continue to do what you do. So respite care is a needed thing, whether it's in home, out of home respite, um, and you can get it in so many other forms. Talk about the out of home respite things that they can get.
Yeah, I was going to talk about the places they can
Mm-hmm.
go to find respite. It's kind of hard to find in some places because they may be doing something else, just like us. Like we have adult day, but we offer daytime respite at our day centers. You can find some nursing homes and some assisted livings. Some personal care homes may offer out of home respite, like in their facility. They may have a branch or arm of service that includes respite. But just you wanted me to talk about in home, and it's just that it's where you hire a caregiver to come into the home and just to stay there for that short period of time, whether it's one day or if it's a weekend or 7 days. I think the max is 7, or is it 14?
I think they can do up to 14 at one setting.
Up to 14 days at one particular setting. So yeah, so you got options. So you can actually go to a home care agency.
Mhm.
And talk to them and see if they actually offer in-home respite services. And again, that can be it's for a short period of time. And if you're not already on a Medicaid waiver, which is what a lot of home care agencies take, some are private pay only, but
Mhm.
it may be a private pay expense. Like they may, you may just want your break, and right now you're not concerned about waiting 90 days to get them on the Medicaid program, or you may already be on a Medicaid waiver program and not utilizing respite. Don't really know that you can take vacation and take trips if you can find and when you find the provider that offers that service.
Oh, yeah. And so definitely Medicaid waiver individuals, family members, caregivers, utilize your respite. So you can utilize it again if you are receiving in-home care, if you're doing structured family caregiving, you have 2 days of respite built in every week to go to the day center. That's 6 hours, 7 hours a day where you have respite twice a week. Also, on top of that, you can do some out-of-home respite, overnight respite with your structure, family caregiving. And so those are ways that you can utilize that's already built in within the Medicaid program.
That's
So
right. That's right.
definitely tap into your resources.
And then the third tip on the night, the last tip, is we're going to be talking about just utilizing your community resources. There's area owned agency is a great community resource. They're regionally located, usually in every state. And they always have a list of all the providers. It's a good way to start if you don't know where to start. That's a great place to start. Meals on Wheels is huge. It's changed a lot over the years. I know now you can get warm, hot meals delivered to the home for your senior loved one. So if you're concerned about them not getting a nutritious, healthy meal, Meals on Wheels is a great community option. I think another resource is those alert bracelets. I don't know the official name. That's what I always call them. It's an alert bracelet. You can even get a necklace now, but it's like a way to let someone know if they need help, if they're at home, and if they fall or they're not feeling good and they can't get to the phone, they can just mash that button and get
Emergency response.
that's right, emergency response. So that is another a resource. I've even seen like security alarm system companies offer some type of service related to that as well. So that is a resource that they can utilize.
Yeah. Also, transportation is a resource. All these things are resources that the seniors can use. Also, utilizing case management. Case management is huge because they can connect you with all these resources that you can utilize. They can connect you with legal help as far as getting your will, getting advance directives set up. So these are all resources that are great and underutilized services that are here and available, and sometimes free to a little to no charge at all for these services. So definitely make sure you're tapping into your resources, your local resources, your state resources that are available to you.
I want to touch on the last thing, Jess, and then we're going to wrap it up on this evening. But Medicaid, the Medicaid waivers, like it's not the same Medicaid, because a lot of people say, "Well, my mom is on Medicaid." It's not that same Medicaid. It's a special waiver, and most states offer this. It's a special waiver that pays for community care services for seniors and disabled adults. Example of the name of them in Georgia is CCSP and Source. I think too, like you mentioned, just a lot of people may already be on the program. They may have their caregiver or their aide, but they don't realize all the other things on that list that is available to you. An example is transportation. Like transportation is free. Like if you're on that waiver, you can, as long as you give a 3-day notice, you can schedule transportation to pick your loved one up, take them to their doctor appointment, and bring them back home. Like a lot of people don't even know that's available to them. Meals on Wheels, all those things we just talked about, the emergency response system. Those things are come with that Medicaid waiver. Adult daycare comes with that Medicaid waiver. Respite care comes with that Medicaid waiver.
Yes.
So just want to make sure that people know those services are available to them.
And so, I see Teresa, she's talking about structure. It's called Structure Family Caregiving. And this is another resource that you can utilize with that waiver that will pay family caregivers to take care of their loved ones. Again, with built-in respite for you. 2 days, they can go to the center. And then I think they get over like 70 days for out-of-home respite for the year. So it is built-in support for you all. Teresa, please contact us. I'll put our information in the chat. And so we can help you get referred to Structure Family Caregiving.
Yes, that came about during the pandemic. Like it was such a need for caregivers in the home, and there were so many reasons why seniors were not being served, because caregivers could be sick, or the senior loved one could actually have COVID-19. It was just a lot going on during the pandemic. So one of the things that came from the pandemic was that the state started saying, "Hey, we gotta get these family members who are already doing the care. Let's pay them so they can be the official caregiver for that family member." There are some stipulations to it, but this was something that stayed after the pandemic. I was glad to see this put into effect because what's really happening is happening, but the family members are not being compensated for it. So now, if they're compensated for it, they can truly be the family caregiver and not have to go out and try to find another job or still work and take care of their loved one. So yes, Teresa, reach out to us and we'll get you that information. So just to recap, Jessica, on tonight. So our tips is number one, finding a support group. If you can't find one yet, we're going to be here every Monday at 6 p.m. We're your virtual support group. Again, if it's something that you need to know that we have not shared, put it in the chat and we will get to you on that. But finding a support group, so it's a safe space. So you can get emotional support too. So number one is the support group. Number two is respite care. We talked about what respite care is, who may offer respite care, so you can tap into that resource so that you can get some help to get recharged, take a break, take vacation, whatever it is that you need to do. And then the third thing that we talked about on tonight is utilizing your community services and resources as well.
All right. Well, you have heard it all here. Please tag. I don't think I said this, but tag caregivers. I see you, Angela. She said she has 20 years of an experience as a caregiver. So tag family caregivers, tag those individuals that are taking care of their loved ones and need to be on this live, need to be hearing this information, because we want to make sure we get it out. And so, but we need you all's help in helping us spread the word and getting the people that need to be in the room. And so, Whitney, if you could please put in the chat the way that Teresa, Angela, and other individuals who are looking, who are needing resources and needing help in providing services and getting care for their loved ones in the chat, so we can connect them, we can help them and refer them to where they need to be. And
That's
we would
right.
love to do that. And so,
And I think just listening from tonight, I think next week's segment we'll talk specifically about structured family caregiving, how a family member can get paid to take care of their loved one. You don't want to miss this next week. Tune in, and we'll give you the details and the ins and out of that program and how to get on that program.
yes. So, listen, we want to be a help. We want to be a support. We want to bring you resources and help you navigate senior care, being a caregiver, a family caregiver, or just being a caregiver, and being able to educate the individuals that you serve. And so, we want to bring that information here to you. And so, thank you again for joining us. Meet us here next Monday, 6 p.m., and we're going to talk about all things family structure, caregiving, and how you can get paid as a family caregiver to take care of your loved one. So again, put your questions in the chat. If you're watching us on replay, put replay in the chat. And if you know some family caregivers that need to be in the room and hearing this information, tag them in the chat as well. So again, thank you all for tuning in, and we look to see you all on next Monday.
All right. See you next Monday.
Bye-bye.